Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon Davis. I'm the founder of the Rags to Riches community. I am highly unqualified to give you any advice about anything. I barely graduated high school. Do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe. Let's get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon. I am the CEO, the CFO, the CTO, the supreme Ayatollah of the Rags to Riches community. And if you're here right now, there's a very good chance that this is your last opportunity to turn away. You might be new. I'm telling you right now, do not like, do not comment, do not subscribe. Go ahead and turn this video off right now. And it's going to be the best thing you could ever do. Because once you watch one, you can't... Let's be honest, you can't just watch one. You got to watch a lot more. And that's just going to make my life harder. It's going to make your life harder. You'll lose marriages. You'll lose money. Just stay away. Now, with that said, pulse chain bridge. You might have heard about bridges in the past, right? You have no clue what a freaking bridge is. So we're going to take your knowledge from here and we're going to up it to here tonight. We're going to talk about a bridge. It's a very simple concept, but there's a lot of concepts that you don't understand, so let's piece them together while you're here. First, socials. Now, this first one is by Footner. This was somebody from Reddit. I posted my video a couple days ago about the company reaching out to me to try to scam you guys, to try to pay me money, to lie to you, to invest in their horrible project. So Footner says, "Damn, OP. I hate to break this to you, but maybe you should do a quick Google search on the advertisement industry." So I reply, "Oh, okay, the always been done that way argument. At least on TV in the fine print, they disclose that it's paid advertisement. Why doesn't that happen in crypto? It's filthy, it's disgusting, and it's insinuating that you would endorse the practices that steal billions of dollars of people's hard-earned money every year. You, Footner, should be ashamed of yourself." Scott O'Shaughnessy. "Finally, you give a piece of advice that I will not follow. Keeping the bar low as always, Shippy. Well done, Scott. Hoorah." Gary Bell. "Finally, we're getting rid of the trash ETH. Trash can, trash bin, middle finger, ETH. Completion fails. ETH 2.0 is projected to come out in 2028. Wow, ETH. Really, ETH? Trap Gravity. Can you do a video on how to grow a perfect beard? Also, the hair is disappearing from my legs. Is that related to the anticipation of Pulse launch?" Trap, we're not going to go into that. We could unpack that. I'm going to go ahead and table that. We'll bring that back to a different video. We'll kind of talk about what's happening down at the bottom of my screen now. All right, moving forward. Let me take a drink. What in the real hell is a bridge? Before we get into it, let's just lay some foundation, some basic concepts, so you guys can follow me through this. Think about different blockchains such as Pulse Chain, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Cardano as giant land masses separated by water. Each landmass is full of resources that the other landmass needs. Each landmass has users and companies and apps that provide services that the other could benefit from, but they can't benefit from it. It's because there's no connection in between the landmasses, right? So let's move to the next slide here. Let's pretend these landmasses are actually Ethereum, and let's pretend this landmass is actually Pulse Chain, right? What we want to do is put a bridge in the middle. And that's going to allow us to move resources back and forth between the chains. Does that make sense? You got two land masses that were originally separated by water. Now these two land masses have a bridge. And now this truck data represented by this truck here, indicates that we can move that energy back and forth. Are you feeling less dumb yet? If you're any one of my followers who've been around for a long time, you're going to stay dumb. There's no hope for you, but maybe those of you who are brand new could just turn away right now, and I hope you do. The question becomes, why are bridges important? You see, just like in different countries where you have different mannerisms, different cultures, different languages, forced marriages, odd mating rituals, blockchains differ as well. What if you could create a connection to another built-out network and tap into the financial energy of millions and millions of more people, millions of more dollars, millions of more companies, and millions beyond that? So when we look at this, when we look at these little marbles with people inside, these represent ecosystems. These represent blockchains. These represent companies that have compatibility with each other. These are blockchains. Now, they might be very, very successful blockchains on their own, but we know that the network effect, being able to connect networks, is really what creates the value in a network, right? So what we need to do is we need to put bridges in between all of these. We need to be able to move money from one to the other. We want one chain to be able to do commerce with the users of another chain. We want competition, you know. Every blockchain has users, every blockchain has money, every blockchain has applications. The power of crypto occurs when resources can flow freely between blockchains. This also increases competition to provide better quality user experiences because people aren't trapped and they're going to flow to areas with the least amount of capital resistance. Money isn't trapped on islands. Apps are not trapped on islands. When data moves, things get better. You tap into bigger and bigger networks. And you get to learn from other people and you get to adapt. I like the competition part of this too. If you can connect to another network, then people will flow towards a better experience. It's just better for the ecosystems in general, all of them. We talked about what a bridge is. Now let's talk about how a bridge works. So we know that here's our two land masses. Now we've officially made our bridge, so we can move stuff back and forth now. Let's say that you want to take your Ethereum and you want to move it to the Pulse chain. You can't just send Ethereum to a Pulse chain because they're not compatible. We talked about that compatibility thing, right? So here's how it works. You have Ethereum, you want to bridge the Pulse chain. You go to a website, you connect your wallet, you insert your Ethereum. The contract locks your Ethereum into a vault and then mints a token that represents the value of that ETH that can work on the Pulse network. Does that make sense? All right, so we're going to take our Ethereum. We're going to go talk to this contract. We're going to say, hey, we're going to lock our Ethereum in this contract, and they're going to mint an equal dollar amount of a token that represents of Ethereum but can work on the Pulse chain. So if you've ever seen the wrapped Bitcoin, if you've ever seen wrapped anything, wrapped ETH, whatever the case may be, that's what that is. Somebody locked something in a contract, the original token or the original coin, and then you have a wrapped version that can work on the other side, on the other network. Once you get that, for example, you locked your ETH, now you have wrapped ETH that works on the Pulse chain. You can take that wrapped ETH and you can take it to an exchange that lives on the Pulse chain, and you'll be able to swap your money out just like you would before. So it's really that simple. It's that freaking simple. That's all it is, folks. That's it. That's it. Centralized exchanges, they're a little bit different. This entity in the middle, this is actually not a contract. This is like a third party. This is human controlled. The disadvantage is the fact that it's human controlled. You could get rug pulled. Your money could go away forever. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that this would be quick. This is quick. It's to the point. Consider checking out patreon.com/rags-to-riches-fam. Everything I do here, everything that I'm going to do in the future, you can help support by going to patreon.com/rags-to-riches-fam. Also, I've got a website up now, rags-to-riches-squad.com if you need to get in contact with me. I hope that you don't do either. I really do. I hope that you do not. Do not like, do not comment, do not subscribe. This is Brandon out.